Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and welcome back after a week of being banned on YouTube. So we're going to get into it. And if you see my backgrounds changed, it's for a reason. The writing's on the wall. I warned everybody after I got my first warning with ivermectin, and it just so happens that a video I did now 3 months ago with Alex Jones, an interview which I was extremely proud of because I sourced every single thing I said on screen from supposed authoritative sources, from the CDC themselves, right? From the WHO themselves, and that's what got flagged. I thought I had appealed it. Apparently I didn't. I'm going to get into that whole process, what's going on, how it's all arbitrary, and how Rokfin has not only been my answer to this, especially amidst the crypto explosion of Bitcoin not only hitting all-time highs, but a market cap of $1 trillion, but Ethereum hitting all-time highs as well, and the overall market doing much better than people thought it would. Why? Well, a lot of people are saying it's because other currencies are actually being devalued at this very moment. And again, it goes beyond the dollar, guys. We've talked about a push for a track trace database digital currency society. And if you don't think this is a step in that direction right now, as we live through it, as we see it, as people like Andrew Yang get ready to run for mayor of New York City, right, and bring in his UBI Automation Nation crypto agenda. That's all real. That's all real. In fact, there's a disturbing video that I had to post of a man getting beaten with a baseball bat in the middle of the street with nobody doing anything. And I mentioned, this is the Great Reset agenda in our face. Okay, this is the defund the police movement. And then I got this snarky, in my opinion, uneducated comment about how, well, they haven't defunded the police, and that's just stupid to say. And I'm like, well, you got to look at what's happened. Crime has more than tripled there, including violent crime, okay? I shouldn't say more than tripled. It was just about tripling. I don't want to get a fact check. It was right around tripling. Violent crime. Shootings almost tripled. All those things. They're up like a crazy percentage, 141% or something from last year. Okay, garbage everywhere. The police restricted, many of them leaving, many of them already furloughed. Okay, that is, you don't understand what's really happening. Okay, and then you put, handcuffs. You don't understand. When you were usually in New York City, before all this madness, there's cops everywhere. I'm not saying they do their job great all the time. It's sometimes pretty horrific. But I'm telling you what, you watch that video and a man get beat with a baseball bat for almost a good portion of a minute, in the head. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. That's the agenda. Have crime run rampant, destabilize large cities, then bring in drones and robot police, spot the DARPA robot and beyond, and they'll take care of everything, and we'll have a UBI for you. It'll be a smart city. Okay, and everything will be great. That's really it. It's so much further down the line, that the social credit score will be there. You'll get little tokens for certain things that you'll be able to use in certain areas, right? That's the crypto part of it. That's how it's going to work. That is their plan. And even though they're building up these villains now, like Cuomo is finally getting built up like the villain he really is, don't worry, they're going to have those arch saviors come in as well. So almost 200 people watching. Again, guys, this is how it went down, okay? I'm just going to really explain it to you and explain to you why you need to, right now, during the broadcast, if you can. If you're watching this on the PC, get on your phone. If you're watching it on a phone, get on a PC or a Mac. I know there's some Mac heads out there. Make the free Rokfin account while you're watching this, because that's where I've been, and it's all been free. If you've been wondering where all my videos are, they're there because we got kicked off. So what happened? All right. And this is why it's so important. You know, guys, you wonder how I'm doing this. It is luckily because we have like a hardcore audience that is over at Rockfin that's like paying the $9.99 a month on top of everything, making it easier for me to go free with like the majority of it. But, you know, I think the Go Get Funding moved $100 over a week because I don't have a huge audience. I'm not able to reach new people that go, hey, man, I want more of this information. I'm going to throw this guy that. That's why YouTube's so big. All the documentary films are free, but Rockfin. So what'd you miss before we get to how this all happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exclusives? I think it's right around 10, maybe 11. Nope, 12. 13 exclusives. You missed 13 free exclusives. Go make the free account and make sure you're there. So while we're on YouTube, let's talk about it. So we all knew that my Mixed Martial Mindset Holiday Spectacular, which I thought was a really fun video, had gotten the warning. I didn't appeal it. I ended up appealing it after this because when I first get this, basically I'm listening to Tom McDonald and I'm cleaning up my office studio for the watch along I'm going to do with Miletich for UFC on Saturday night, which is of course now exclusive at my Rockfin and then over at Pat's Rockfin for the later bout. So I'm getting ready. And by the way, shout out to Rockfin for sending me the hat and the gear. And all of a sudden it just stops in the middle of a song. Now, normally, like it'll stop playing every once in a while. So I go to, just go refresh. It says I got my first strike. And when I click on it, it brings me to this. So I thought I had appealed this and the AJ video, but I want to let people know. I was like, listen, you got me for ivermectin and a clip in the Senate. And you know what? No, that was the confirmation. So I just want to show you how this appeal process is extremely arbitrary, all right? Let's copy the link here so everybody knows what video this is. So the thumbnail was taken down on this video. Oh, and the thumbnail's in the background, okay? And it's obviously, Kevin Trudeau in blackface, stuffing his pants, and over on the side is Aykroyd, and then Robert Downey Jr., okay? Now, YouTube sells those movies. Robert Downey Jr. is in blackface in the thumbnail that you buy Tropic Thunder on. I don't see why this was offensive. So I pointed this out in a live video. I appealed it. And, that was in October. I did it live in October. Appeal submitted. This is how urgent it is for them to get back to a guy like me. Okay? So we get here and strike one. The Great Resistance video is there. And we're going to do a full video, I think, watch along, where we document everything that is said with me and AJ. And if you haven't seen the thing, you can do so over on Rockfin for free again. And I was proud of it. So anyway, so I'm off for a week right there. And all of a sudden, earlier this week, the Wall Street Journal starts calling Jason Bermas. I shouldn't say calling. Let's get the facts right. They contacted me via social media first, and then I contacted them back, and then they called me. And look, the reporter seems nice on the phone, very personable. They want to know how this works. They didn't quite know who I was. At the same time, obviously, I'm extremely skeptical of them. And, at best, it's a piece that's going to explain, how some, because she thought I was a conservative. She said, conservative figures are getting banned on you. And I was laughing. I'm like, I'm not a conservative. I was never a conservative. That's not how it started for me. I'm not a conservative today. Yuck. Obviously, I explained it a little bit differently to her and why I hate both sides and how I got into this during the Bush administration. A conservative. Listen, Jason Bermas was never any fan or friend of the John Boltons of the world that came up later in more prominent roles, but certainly not the Wolfowitzes, the Cheneys, okay? None of those guys. No. Give me a break. I mean, Rumsfeld, makes me want to throw up. All those guys. It was tough. It was tough to watch guys like Scooter Libby get pardoned under the Trump administration. One of the few guys that, did some country club prison time for what he had done, to basically, empower these monsters. And that was just the tip of the iceberg, that whole Enron deal. Okay? The tip of the iceberg. I mean, you're talking about sociopathic murderers, period, on both sides of the game. So anyway, you want to believe that this, reporter is going to be good and nice and actually put her in touch with Martin from Rockfin. Still trying to get him on. You know what? I'm texting Martin after this, and I'm going to say, Martin, what is going on, dude? We need to get you on the program. We need to get you with the program. We need to get you on the program to talk about this. But he also talked to her. But at the same time, it also maybe was just a fishing expedition to see what she could get on Jones. Although she thinks that Jones has said that she was fair, she was kind of, there's this piece about money and who was funding this and who was funding that. So I don't know if that's kind of like a doxing thing. Okay. It could just be a total, let's get Alex Jones piece. Very much so. I could be very much on the peripheral and being used as contacts. I may not even end up in the article. Who knows? Who knows? Or, and even worse than that, it could be a piece that maybe it gives a little shine to Rockfin in the sense that people become aware of it, but then all of a sudden they get smeared like Gab. And I had this discussion with her. I said, look what happened to Gab. Parler was just taken down, BitChute. And I go, these guys are smart because they don't let everybody on their platform. Although I was, interested to find out that I guess that Jay Dyer did apply and talk to those guys, and I guess they weren't interested. So maybe they're a little more selective than I thought because I really like Dyer's stuff. I think Dyer would be a good fit over at Rockfin. But again, I wasn't there for the meeting. I don't work for the company, and that's the best part. So, let's talk about what's going on from here. Everything for the next week plus, everything I do on top of this is also available free on Rockfin, 100%. And again, I really do, guys. I need you now more than ever to go make that free account. I know you have to give up an email address, et cetera, et cetera. But listen, they've got tips over there that work. All right. They aren't censoring me. They're not pulling down that Jones video. I don't know what else to say. If you don't think that there's a good possibility that I could be deplatformed in a hurry, I'm even thinking I only do like one video a day on YouTube, and then everything else is on Rockfin. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Listen, Rockfin's got a long way to go. I understand, right? I understand that they need to, get the app in gear for Android. They need to improve the app on iOS. But when there's this much censorship surrounding, an interview that I was proud of, and other people can have Alex Jones on and talk about, interdimensional elves, and that doesn't get a fact check. Instead, it's medical misinformation. So, people ask me if I'm on BitChute. I am on BitChute, but the problem is that they had the auto upload thing, and now that's done. My entire YouTube channel, however, is backed up on Odyssey. But again, Rockfin, I do a video on, for instance, Louis Gohmert during the quote-unquote Ukrainian scandal and the impeachment and all of that stuff. And he says Erica Caramello Barr's real name twice, and I never do. And that video is just made private. I appealed that too. You know what? Let me scroll into my appeals and see if I can find that too. And see if that one comes up, appeal submitted, to show you guys how arbitrary this is. I'm trying to think how long ago that was. It's so long ago. Let's see. What's that? I don't even know what that one. Information about your video. What happened there? I don't even know what happened there. People trying to get me on the nonsense. Let's see. No, March in the Capitol. Man, this stuff is like, oh, I'm in the wrong one. I wanted the appeals one. Sorry, guys. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share, by the way. What do we got there? Okay, so that would be there. Would have to be somewhere in 2019. Okay, what's this one? Yes. So I found it. All right, look at that. We do it live. Thumbs it up. So this video right here, okay, what's the date on it? December 12th, 2019. Now, 14 months ago. I absolutely appealed this. Let me see if I can, let's see. Video manager, guidelines. I absolutely appealed it. Let's see if I can go into the back end and see if I can edit video. And I think I've already appealed, right? Can't get it out of private. It's locked. And yeah, I just never heard anything that I appealed them. I just nothing back. I don't even think that they gave me the button for this one. So again, he says something they don't like. There it is. I'm not going to play it. This is the kind of guy in government. All right? I mean, that's where we're at. So you got to tell me, guys, what do you think? Listen, this video is probably going to get a few thousand views, right? Nothing crazy. I get it. Maybe 5 at the best. I need 1,000 of you that haven't to sign up for Rokfin and go over there and check these out. We're going to do part 3 of the Zombie Joe Town Hall watch along tonight. And we're also going to do the Secret Cabal read along part 2. Okay. Again, that's something you guys didn't get to see, but go watch the Secret Cabal read along part 1. That's where it's at. All you got to do is make a free account. They're all free for the last week. And we're going to go another week plus of free. And then we're going to start archiving them for the people that, are good enough to pay the $9.99. But this is how you support me, guys. I can't do it without you. So, once again, you see how arbitrary this is. Think about this. My warning comes from Dr. Pierre Corey talking at Senate government hearing. They lock Louis Gohmert. Okay, and then strike for Jason Bermas daring to have Alex Jones. Alex Jones starts the conversation with a feed my weenie dick joke. And I still reined it into one of my best and most serious interviews out there. Love him or hate him. Period. I mean, come on, man. So, again, I'm going to do Zombie Joe Town Hall Part 3. The first 2, I mean, a feeble old man. And, Zombie Joe just, it's tough. They're tough watches. That's why we got to do them in pieces. But I'll tell you what, we did a really great Super Bowl. We did the watch along live in the Super Bowl. It's exclusive, I believe, and free here also. But then we broke it down again with Jay Dyer. Awesome guest. You're missing a lot. So, I love you guys. I can't do it without you. The trolls are in the comments, hating away and trying to bring this channel down. And the mainstream media might not just try to bring this channel down. They might just try to bring Rokfin down. I don't know. So, support me where you can. At least share the links once you join the free Rokfin, okay? And I'm just encouraging everybody to go check it out because that's see that right there? That's the new background. Make it. Rokfin. Let's go. Love you. See you on the flip.